Where were you the first time you saw the legend Kimbo Slice blasting fools with shots in random backyards?
What's up? Chill, dog. I'm sticking dog.
Kimbo had some of the most viral knockouts on the planet. He was a household name and dubbed as the King of Web Brawler. In this video, we're gonna relive Slice's rise to fame and how he went from the mean streets, developed his MMA game, and made it to the Octagon. Watch until the end. While we were putting this video together, we found some interesting things about Kimbo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We want it all, baby. Let's get into it. Kevin Ferguson, aka Kimbo Slice, was an American mixed martial artist, boxer, wrestler, and actor. He was in the movie Blood and Bone with Michael J. White, The Scorpion King 3, and a few others. Didn't even know Kimbo was in movies. That's dope. Born in Nassau, Bahamas, Slice had plenty of different jobs before fame. He was a nightclub bouncer, limousine driver, and bodyguard. When he was around the age of 30, he started falling in love with MMA. Kimbo Slice started getting involved in street fights to scratch his itch. His beatdowns were devastating. His imposing physique, stone hands, and rough and tumble style, mixed with a classic one-of-a-kind bob and weave, were legendary. He earned the name Slice after he left a cut on his opponent's right eye during a fight, one of the many brawls that went viral. Kimbo seemed more of an imaginary comic book bad guy than an actual human being. Built like a brick house, with his thick, bushy beard, shiny bald head, and thick gold chain flashing a giant fist medallion, Kimbo reminded us of a real-life Mr. T of the A-Team. The thing is, he was a real-life menace who people enjoyed watching being badass. Eventually, though, beating up dudes in the street had come to an end. He went from legend in the backyard and began his transformation to an up-and-coming mixed martial artist. When Kimbo officially made the switch, he really didn't get any respect whatsoever from the MMA guys. They felt he was a hype train and that it was a way to bring his bandwagon into watching MMA. He had to earn it like the rest of them, and it didn't bother him one bit. He was down to put in the work. Kimbo did it on the big stage, at a much more elite level than most mixed martial artists are given a chance to perform right out of the gates. He went 4-1 in his first 5 fights. He had 2 TKO victories, 1 submission win, and 1 decision win. And his one loss was a flash knockout loss to Seth Petrozelli. Slice made his MMA debut against Ray Mercer, a former WBO heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist. After Slice emerged victorious, defeating the latter in the first round with a guillotine choke, he started gaining popularity.
As you can see, Mercer got the airway closed off and already gassed with that left hand. He finally taps out, and it's 1-0 for Kimbo.
After his fight with Ray Mercer on June 23, 2007, Slice appeared at the Elite XC, Street Certified, where he fought Tank Abbott. The match lasted only 43 seconds. The referee of the game, Troy Waugh, stopped the fight twice during the match. After Slice punched the back of his opponent's head, the game had to be controlled by the referee. Slice had an impressive KO. His weight at the fight was reportedly announced at an all-time low. Slice once again defeated his opponent and emerged victorious. Slowly, his fan base started growing. After he achieved multiple other victories, he decided to compete in the UFC and made it to the Tough House, the Ultimate Fighter heavyweights. In his first fight of the show, Slice faced Roy Nelson. Roy Nelson wrestled the hell out of him. Kimbo lost that match. Later, he faced Houston Alexander at the Ultimate Fighter heavyweights finale on December 5, 2009. Many had speculated that the match would not leave the first round. However, the game started very slowly and was a banger. Kimbo got the win against Houston Alexander by decision. During the match, Alexander spends most of his first and third rounds with little engagement.
Right into the full mouth!
Then in the second round, Slice landed punches and slammed him on his upper body. The fight displayed Slice's ground game. As a result, Slice won the match by unanimous decision. Unfortunately for Alexander, after his defeat, he was cut from the promotion a few days later. And the next year, he faced James Thompson at Elite XC Primetime. Thompson repeatedly took down Slice in one of the first 2 rounds. But Slice was able to escape the guillotine choke from Thompson. However, in the opening seconds of the third round, Slice threw a haymaker to Thompson's left ear. As a result, Thompson's cauliflower was ruptured and was followed by 3 punches from Kimbo. The referee stopped the fight. It was undoubtedly one of the best fights of his MMA career. In August 2010, Slice spoke about his interest in pursuing a career in boxing. He made his boxing debut after exactly 1 year against James Wade. The fight took place at the Buffalo Run Casino in Miami, Oklahoma. Slice won the fight via KO in the first round itself. Over the next few years, he fought multiple other opponents as well. In February 2011, Slice made his debut in professional wrestling. He faced former sumo wrestler Shinichi Suzukawa at the Inoki Genome Federation's Genome 14 event, which was held in Fukuoka, Japan. Although he didn't go ahead with the fight due to an injury. A few years down the road in January 2015, it was announced by Bellator MMA that Slice had signed a multi-fight deal with them. His first fight on June 19, 2015 at Bellator 138 against Ken Shamrock was dubbed Unfinished Business, as the two fighters were set to fight back in 2008, but unfortunately, it was canceled. While Shamrock had dominated most of the fight, Kimbo managed to make a comeback. He landed a series of punches that put Shamrock down and out.
It was all Ken Shamrock, now all Kimbo.
While some observers criticized the match for appearing to be fixed, it was a spectacular comeback. The following year, his fight against Defeer Harris, popularly known as Dada 5000, was held at Bellator 149 on February 19, 2016, and gained massive attention, as the two were bitter rivals due to their old street fight legacies back in Florida. Slice won the match via TKO as Dada collapsed from apparent exhaustion in the third round. The fight, which many fans expected to be a slugfest, became comical, even though Kimbo won the fight after he knocked out Dada. It was later revealed that Slice had failed the pre-fight drug test, and because of this, the result of the match was changed to a no contest. Kimbo Slice's girlfriend was Antoinette Ray, whom he had dated for a very long time. Kimbo Slice had 6 children, including Kevin Ferguson. The two were planning to get married. However, Slice passed away before the marriage could take place. On June 5, 2016, Slice was admitted to a hospital near his home. On June 6, 2016, he passed away due to heart failure. But even though this knockout legend is no longer with us, he remains in our hearts and the dented jaws of his many opponents. Not many would consider Kimbo Slice one of the greatest MMA fighters, considering the controversies that surrounded him at the time, but he was a unique entity in MMA. His intimidating look and mixed martial arts skills made him a fan favorite. His appearance and charisma made Slice responsible for some of the most outstanding ratings. What do you think about Kimbo Slice's career? What was your favorite Kimbo knockout of all time? Tell us about it in the comments, we'll respond.